Okay, so our next speaker is Jacque Gerrard, MBE, NHS midwife, and our champion for physical activity. So welcome, Jacque, and the screen is yours now.
More stable connection now.
Okay, thank you. I've just been having some intermittent internet connections, but my tech support has sorted me out. So I just want to check, is everything okay? Can you see and hear me? Thank goodness for that. My goodness, he's put some sort of a cable in. It's like an umbilical cord. But anyway, I seem to be secure. And breathe. Okay. So, like my life is normally, my 2020 was a bit of a roller coaster year. I'm really pleased to say there were more sort of best points than there were sort of worst points, but there's one really, really dreadful point in my life in 2020 during lockdown when I very sadly lost my mum. But the horrendous thing was that mum lived in Glasgow and I was in Yorkshire, and there was just no way that I was allowed to visit. She was in a care home. So that for me it's taken a lot of time to work through. Not sure if I'll ever work through it completely, but I'm getting there, I have to say. But it just made me think about the people that have been through this terrible disaster. When we see the figures go up every single day, we get reports and they're reported as data and statistics. It just breaks my heart, because that is either somebody's mum, father, sister, cousin, wife, daughter, whatever. And the statistics don't really equate to how it actually feels. But when you think about those large numbers, I really get it. So that just was the worst thing that's probably ever happened in my life, I have to say. At a professional level, the low point in 2020 was I got really excited and geared up to this new role, the Public Health England Physical Activity Clinical Champion. Now, that's a bit of a mouthful, and I know it's sort of, goodness me, what does it mean? But basically, you're a trainer. So basically, you're a qualified registered healthcare professional that goes out to the NHS trusts and trains doctors, nurses, midwives, GPs, etc., allied healthcare professionals about how to have conversations and the data behind the reason why we've got such poorly people in this country and why we've got long-term conditions, and what we can do to keep people active and keep people moving. And we're sort of really careful that we talk about activity and not exercise, because the minute you start to say you've got to exercise, people kind of switch off. So that's really, in a nutshell, what we do is physical activity clinical champions. So I got all geared up, got the interview in January, started the role in February, went into lockdown in March, and that at a professional level was just absolutely horrendous. However, we were put on standby, we were kind of stood down, but we could have conversations with people to say, this is what we're doing when we're out of lockdown, and perhaps we can start, we can come into your organisation. So things didn't completely stop, but we continued to sort of do little pieces of work with Public Health England. And the nice thing was I got into the webinars and so on, and I got some of the inside news on what was happening next and what the what Public Health England were up to in terms of the testing and so on and so forth. So that was nice, and I met some lovely new colleagues, so that was wonderful. One of the best points, being a midwife for 40 years plus, well, healthcare professional, nurse at first and then midwife, was having time, a bit like Sheena said, having that time to catch up with my immediate family, my wee sort of family in my own wee hub sort of at home, not going out to meet anybody else, but actually going out with them for a walk or a cycle or a run or whatever. And that was a real high point, because I hadn't been able to do that in over 40 years. Maybe sometimes on holiday, but on a regular basis. So that really was good. And also being able to meet up with another person outside, i.e. my personal trainer, to be able to continue and doing personal training at social distance, either in a park or, in a garden, his garden or my garden. So that really, being a physical activity sort of passionate person, that was really good, because I think you've got to role model what you preach. Out of all this sort of dire COVID messages last year that we were getting from government, and all of the downs and the ups, one of the most positive things that I took from those briefings, those television things, was when we had Professor Chris Whitty by Boris Johnson's side, making sure and ensuring that physical activity was at the top of the agenda. He was absolutely adamant that this was not going to get lost. He had done some work with the other 3 chief medical officers in the other countries to come up with some infographics, 2017 right up to refreshing them in 2019. And I think that was a really exciting point for me, because it meant so much to me at a personal level, being passionate about activity, but it was giving the message out to the whole nation that we could still get out there and do our activity in a socially distanced and safe way. So I think, you know, I really took that to heart. I loved it. And I actually found myself doing, I mean, people here will have seen them because they commented on Twitter. I took myself onto Twitter, made little videos and got some pots and pans and done some exercises using them as resistance weights, or like a Le Creuset big heavy soup pan, and doing some sort of kettlebell sort of swings and squats and so on. And tagged in Sport England, tagged in colleagues, tagged in This Girl Can, This Mum Moves. And one of the highlights was getting retweeted by Le Creuset. I thought that was just so amazing. Le Creuset thought I was promoting their pans. I was not. I was just actually using them as a, you know, as a kind of a kettlebell sort of thing. So, but yeah, that was funny. So, the other highlight was I actually saw my son, who lives in Bristol, at Christmas. So, I mean, what a big journey he made, you know, just for a matter of a short period of time. But he actually got up here within the window, and that was a bonus seeing him, because I never thought I'd see him until goodness knows when. My hopes for 2021 as a physical activity clinical champion, there goes that mouthful. We just call them PACs actually in the business. My tech support's just, so I'm giving them the thumbs up, checking my internet is okay. I also, you know, I've got a wee fitness qualification, a wee level 2 sort of fitness instructor, which one day I'm going to go into that village hall and I'm going to teach women how to do squats, lunges, pelvic muscle control and so on. But so that's one of my ambitions for 2021. But I'm really looking forward to restarting my PAC role and to share my passion and knowledge about the importance of activity in the healthcare role, because we've all got a window of opportunity. You can have a 1 minute, a 3 minute, a 5 minute conversation about how did you get here today? Did you walk? Did you take the bus? Or you brought the car? Or why not park it further down and try walking? That might, you know, help you in terms of, you know, being a little bit more active. So it's not all gone flat. It's started to build up again. And just as we've started to build up these online sessions where we're doing it via Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and I am not the best person on technology, but I'm getting there slowly. And I always have my wee sort of tech support in my pocket, even if I have to phone him at work. And really looking forward to this taking off again in 2021 post-lockdown, but also in the meantime trying to have the conversations again with people and trying to get some dates for further down the line. I think I'm going to try now and share my screen. I think sort of we've got to all, as midwives, healthcare professionals, support workers, we can all have this conversation with women. And the CMOs have given us some beautiful infographics. So, I mean, I don't know how many people out there have not only seen these, but have actually used them. They're really simple, they're really clear. They can actually spell out to the healthcare professionals and to the women what it is that's going to help them to keep active. And there's an awful lot of myths out there about, you know, it's not safe to be active while you're pregnant. It's not safe post-birth. It absolutely is. If the women are straightforward, no complications, she can keep active, and it's really important that we encourage every woman to keep active. We are aiming at 150 minutes per week, and that's women who are physically active in pregnancy and for women postpartum. Now, the postpartum women, you wouldn't obviously say 6 hours after birth, get out there and do a walk or get out there and be active. It's about when the woman feels okay post-birth, she should start being active and aim at 150 minutes per week. And the infographics are really user-friendly. We've now had midwives and GPs actually print, and health visitors as well, print these off and stick them in their clinic rooms, and people are sort of able to access them. So that is a really sort of positive tool that we could use. And I get really excited when I sort of look at these and sort of share them with midwives. I think one of the most important reasons behind this clinical champion initiative is the fact that we've got such a big problem in this country. And in this country, we have got adults who are 20% less active today than they were in the 1960s. Now, I'm sure people like Pete and Sue who run, and Shane and so on, people out there will think that's absolutely amazing, because wherever you look, people are going to gyms when there's no lockdown. People are out there running, cycling, but the actual truth of the matter is we are less active, and by 2030 it's estimated that we're going to be even more less inactive, 35%. Physical inactivity causes 1 in 6 United Kingdom deaths and 40% of long-term conditions. So you can see that we've got a problem, and the cost of that to the NHS is £7.4 billion. So just think what that money could be used for. I'm going to move on to my next wee slide, if I can. Midwives and women, healthcare professionals, and anybody can actually access an awful lot of resources online. But this is one of my favourite, Active Pregnancy Foundation. Now, they're a fairly new charity. They've been going for just over a year. I happen to be part of their scientific advisory group as a midwife, and they have got some amazing resources. And this is one of my favourite. They've got top tips for women, for partners, for midwives, for any healthcare professionals that they can actually access and have a wee look at. And it's just really simple messages about how you can stay active during lockdown and when you're in tears or when you're sort of, in normal times. And it's really simple things like that. The messages are simply combining activity with something that you already do. So if you walk your dog, walk the dog a little bit further, take the children with you, take the new baby out in the pram, push the baby around, show the baby off, wrap the baby in the kanga, walk around the house with the kanga and the baby. Just keep active. When women are going shopping, try and shop local, leave the car at home, walk to the local sort of supermarket, etc. And when you're playing with your baby, do something that we call tummy time, do some little exercise. Because if we start doing activity with a newborn, just think when you bring that baby through to toddlerhood, then to infants and so on and so forth, it's going to become a natural part of its life, and that makes the future look really bright and really positive. And one of the most important things that you can do is dance in the kitchen, dance when you're cooking, dance when you're having, that is classed as activity. Follow the TikToks, do the TikTok dances, etc., which we were all talking about a little bit earlier. But the message is that we have got to encourage everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, particularly women who are pregnant and postpartum. We want to keep everybody active. And in the seniors and the older generation, we can help them to keep active, even if they can't move very much. We can do sort of upper body if they're sitting down a lot, and we can do little leg exercises. So positivity for 2021 is keeping active, and I'm really looking forward to being part of that. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much, Jacque. That's lovely. I'm just thinking 150 minutes, that could be for all of us as well. It's not just for pregnant and childbearing women and partners and midwives and student midwives.
That's right. So the normal adult population is expected to do 100, and the infographics actually stretch to all of them, and we've got infographics for toddlers and infographics for people with physical disabilities, etc. So you're absolutely right, it is 150 minutes for everybody.
Well, there's just so the audience knows, there's all these links that Jacque's talked about are online on the little resource sheet, so they'd be really useful. And if you want to try something like the Couch to 5K, which I've been doing for months actually, but that, I'm getting up to my 25 minutes running now, and it can be done. So good luck, and thank you, Jacque, for that session.
Thanks for watching this video from the Maternity and Midwifery Forum. For more expert opinion and analysis, hit the button below to subscribe.